2 seconds.
Oh, we were live.
We are
Yeah, we're
live.
still live. We're live.
What?
And we're live.
Live from New York. It's Saturday night.
Yeah,
Dude, we're in New
Are we
York.
actually-
We're not
are we
in New
actually
York,
going?
and it's Sunday morning.
I think we're actually going.
Will,
Will,
working?
Will, do you want to go check?
There's a delay, but yes.
Yeah,
it
there's a
just
delay?
turned on for me.
Okay.
Oh, we're
Okay.
on. All right.
Will, can you plug in headphones
And
or
check
something
the
and just
sound.
tell us if the sound is all knackered? Let's see, this is gonna be loud.
You don't have headphones?
Yours was ahead of you.
Yeah, but those are plugged into the thing.
Okay, right here. If you want to get
Oh, these are nice.
it. We're just looking for headphones.
Trying to
This
set
is
it up.
very disorienting looking at the stream.
We got audio control officer.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, why is this?
Yeah. Why are we watching it? Let's not watch it. It's confusing.
No, I'm just wondering why the frame rate is so low.
You want to pop up chat so you can check that, and then it's cool comments for you. Apart from that, you should
Oh,
Oh, yeah, that would be cool.
yeah. Okay. Let's. It's because I'm torrenting this one.
Super. Don't say that.
Dude, don't say that on live air.
Don't do illegal shit.
Torrenting is 100% legal. What are you
Oh,
talking
you're
about?
you're not. Yeah.
No.
Legal
I'm not
torrenting.
pirating.
Yeah. Torrent. You're right.
Torrenting. Torrenting is just a file sharing
Torrenting.
protocol.
What? Oh, movies and games. Oh yeah. No, totally legal.
Okay, it's getting there. Come on, pause this stuff.
It seems like some nice legal ex machina torrents.
Pause all.
Okay. No.
Oh, God.
Alright, framework is already fixed, and
Yeah, frame rate is fixed.
yeah.
Can see us
Sweet.
shimmying. Okay, cool.
You can see us doing nothing right now.
Dude, I can see with 720.
Let's do it.
Yeah, okay, sick.
That's even more high tomorrow.
That's even better, dude. Okay, so now I can just wreck this by going infinite capture.
Capture all of your gems.
Oh wait. Now is the stream watching us watch us?
Yeah. Also, Will, tell us comments because we can't
We
it's too
can't
hard
see
to
comments.
It's too hard.
Yeah, dude, is anyone watching right now?
Some people are watching. Also, you can hear my what's it called? My answering machine, which is when I was like 6 and I recorded it.
That's so funny.
Yeah, that's me.
Okay.
Man, I would love to like have that voice in debate. Just like, hi, I'm Zoo and
I don't think that would help you win any rounds.
I think we would just automatically win all rounds. What are you talking about,
I
Jake?
think.
I think if you still read 3 overviews, it won't help.
No, but they have to be all the same overview. Just send 3 different cards, like. Yeah, you know.
Guys, it was 5 different cards.
Okay, 5 different cards
Give
and
me
3
that.
overviews.
Yeah, exactly.
I-
Third overview didn't have a card. It was just asserting that we were stupid and you should win.
That's
Yeah,
my
sounds
favorite
right.
argument.
I mean, that's how we win most of the time. So
Yeah,
everyone
that's
just
true.
yells at the other team's racist for some reason or another.
No, I'm
It's
not
like-
racist.
It's abhorrent that you
Yes,
think
yes.
that.
Yeah, and then he turns
Sure.
into a tomato.
Okay,
Where is the?
so what was our first thing to talk about?
Condo.
No, that's the last thing to talk about, Jake.
Okay, well, we're gonna make people stay here for this disgusting argument
Guys,
about condo.
Yesterday, we don't know the results, but yesterday, the Artisans were in the Quiz Bowl finals.
What?
Wait,
Dude, I know.
thought-
no, but they
they're
won.
monsters.
Dude, didn't they win Quiz Bowl Nats last year or something? Or they were like, there was a picture of them on Facebook and like Quiz Bowl.
Yeah, I saw it. They won by like 15 points or something.
That was Will. That was like Will's humble brag.
Dude,
to Kevin.
fun fact about the Artisans. Will is a freaking monster at Madden Mobile. And after we beat them at Bronx, I friended him on Facebook, and he played me and just destroyed me so bad. So that made me feel really bad
Yeah.
about our win at Bronx, because it really
They're
wasn't a
God,
win.
dude. Quiz Bowl, Madden Mobile, Public Forum, they just wreck all these
Just
activities.
everything.
If only they were good enough new policy. Review.
An actual debate in that sense. Though.
Yeah. Ooh, bid list. Nice.
No, this is for schedules, dude.
Oh, we're gonna talk about
Because
schedules.
our first thing is
Oh,
optimal
schedules are
tournament
such
schedule.
a pain, dude.
I know, basketball season makes it so hard.
Well, we can probably go to
Do you think I can
ASU.
show Les's email with our schedule?
No, I wouldn't do that.
Okay, I won't do that.
Because then people are gonna email Wes.
Yeah, that's a little. Let's not do that. Oh, because it'll have his address.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably
Who
not a good
cares?
idea.
Okay.
So, first big thing. Also, I have no idea how Will's listening to us talk and listening to the stream at once. It's just gonna break his head.
Do it anyway, so I can just tune in with 2 things.
Oh, funny. Okay,
That's all it is.
you can get I think
That's the best way to judge
18
stupid
bids
is
if you do
Just not
if you go like hardcore enough. You can get like 18 bids.
18
Yeah.
bids?
Yeah.
You could beat Sty UK.
Yeah, because I only
Well, Jacob Erda had 12.
Yeah, Jacob's. How do you do that?
Jesus Christ.
Like, nah, dude.
What
And
do
he
you
did
do-
it without Ben Kessler making fun of the other team in first cross.
What do you do in, like, just at school? Do you just go to school just, like, dead
hard part
every
is
time?
Does anyone know where Jacob Erda goes to college?
Columbia.
Oh, Jesus.
They all go to really good schools. It's terrifying.
Yeah.
All the debaters go to really, really
Yeah,
good
dude.
schools.
Arvind is going to Harvard.
Abhinav
like
is
his
going
brother,
to
dude.
Yale.
Abhinav's going to Yale. Jasmine's going to Stanford, I think.
Yeah, Jasmine's going to Stanford.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Anyways,
So,
tournament schedules.
bid hunting schedules.
Oh, Matt and I are gonna hunt out 3 bids this year, I think.
You got 3 bids.
I know.
It's a good
I know. We
no
should have had
progression from
4.
last year.
I don't even think we can go to that
Dude,
many
how many?
tournaments this
We
year.
had 3 bids too, right? Parker, UOP, and
Yeah, you guys had
Okay.
3 bids, but I don't think UOP should even count.
oh come on, we were
Dude, considering how smashed you guys got it.
Oh jeez.
Dude, no, they fielded the pro ballot.
Yeah, jeez.
Can we talk? I think we should talk about that round when we talk about condo.
Okay,
Oh, we're
fine.
going to. That's the first thing I'm bringing
Oh,
up.
wonderful. I don't know why I
Oh, it's
invited
such a
you
good
guys.
round.
Okay.
Such a bad move on my part. Okay, so rather than just leaving
So you got Wake Forest and Grapevine as the first.
Grapevine
two
is
ones.
definitely easier because I don't hear about it.
Dude,
And like
it's
I
not-
know teams that
that's-
go to Wake Forest.
Last year, Wake Forest was just destroyed by Pineview IM or Pinecrest IM.
Pinecrest, I am. Yeah.
They're good, or at least I never.
Oh,
I
no,
never
that was
actually watched
their-
them debate.
That was
Yeah.
their like
I've
win.
never debated them.
That
Yeah.
was no. Their bid list was scary this year.
Yeah. Their bid list matched ours.
TOC
Like,
performance.
Yeah.
A little bit
But
less
so-
scary.
Well, just so is
That's
ours.
the hypocritical.
No,
Yeah.
I know.
It's-
I'm not
we-
saying it's hypocritical, dude. We suck
We
at
now know
TOC.
that bid list means nothing for TOC performance. We were so excited by our bid list. Okay, we're gonna go to Harker.
You were so excited about our bid list.
We're gonna 4-way close at Harker.
Are we?
Yeah, we are.
Okay. Oh, we're going to Yale. Jake and I are going to Yale.
You're going to Yale?
Yeah.
Are we?
I'm going
Wait,
to Yale.
dude. I don't know. My mom just wanted me to go to Yale. I'm
Oh,
Ross.
damn it.
Okay, here's my mentality. We're seniors next year. It's our first semester. We should just go to all the college tournaments and just win them. And then in your application to the college, just say, like, I won your tournament.
Yeah, but I'm not applying to Yale.
What? Why would you not apply? Anyway.
Why would I not apply to Yale? It's. I
No,
don't
but the
know,
problem,
it's
is,
kind of
the
a
problem with
useless
next year, for those of y'all who are seniors, it's gonna be like, so like first semester, right? You have to like do college stuff, and it's gonna be a pain. And you don't want to be like spending all your time in debate, and you also have to kind of do homework. Although screw that.
And
But
then
at our
second
second
semester
semester-
is basketball season.
So like,
What?
what do you do?
How are you supposed to
Oh,
play
yeah,
basketball
I don't
and
know.
do this and do debate at the same time?
Yeah. So there's that.
Oh, Holy Cross. I'm gonna go to Holy Cross. I feel
Holy
like
Cross is the one
New Orleans is just so chill.
during like Mardi Gras, right?
I don't think
I'm
it's
pretty
during
sure
Mardi
it's
Gras.
not.
It's just
There
New
is
Orleans,
a
dude.
tournament during
It's
Mardi
always
Gras.
Mardi Gras in New Orleans.
That would be fun though. I think we should go to Holy Cross.
Mardi Gras is in
Yeah.
Brazil too, right? That's the thing that they do that too.
I have no idea.
It's something like that. It's
I don't know anything about
it's something like that.
Alright.
See, like we're not gonna go to Bronx because there's no need to go there.
What? Why? I think we're.
You have to go to Bronx. You have to go to Bronx.
I
You have to defend.
We're gonna go to Bronx.
Okay, Arneson's never gave us our travel trophy.
We don't even know if the
We
travel
don't know if
trophy
it
is
exists.
real.
It was in the Whitman newspaper. Okay, we have no lives. I'm just gonna shut up.
Yeah, I was gonna say that may not have been a good thing to
Matt, we're doing a
say on
debate
air.
podcast. The no life thing is given.
Oh,
We did
dude.
that.
Will just texted us an update from across the room. Looks like the Arnesons won Quiz Bowl.
What?
485 to 460 to 385. I feel
Dude,
bad
that's the photo
for.
that was on my Facebook last year, dude. They like that was like either states or something, or I don't know.
Oh my
No,
god.
No. This is nationals because it's Washington versus Central Virginia versus Baltimore.
Yeah, this was
Oh,
last
these are
year.
cities. These are cities. So this is states.
I cannot
I
believe.
feel bad for
the
those kids who
Andersons
just got
won
smashed.
baseball.
Why can you not believe that? They're so smart.
They just win. That's so insane.
It wasn't Harrison Hurt told. What was it? It was
Go
Sam.
back to Quiz
Sam to
Bowl.
go back to Quiz Bowl in second cross.
Okay.
Alright, so there's Fullerton. I think Fullerton's getting bids now, yeah.
Yeah, they have bids now.
I do not want to go anywhere and do that tournament again.
That was a
When
little more.
we went in sophomore year, we went 4-2, and all 4-2s broke except for 2 of us, and we had the lowest speaks in the tournament. So we didn't break at that tournament, and I'm really.
But
proud.
honestly though, finals was at 2 a.m. Like I'm not sure I wanted to break at that tournament.
That's true.
Did the Blues
But they
debate
had
at
They
2
debated at
they
2
did
a.m.
debate at 2 a.m.
Right.
But there was a super good deep dish pizza place right by our
Yeah,
hotel.
They lost
was
my
really
speaker
good.
trophy. Like Alex Whiskey just left it on
I
the
remember
bench
that.
in Fullerton. Just left it.
You got sixth, right?
Yeah.
Oh, and Griffin got first.
That was when I cared about speaker trophies too.
Wait, who did you go to Fullerton?
Me? Yeah, I debated in
You
Harley.
just seen
dude.
Harley, dude.
Oh my God!
With Henry.
Hilarious Parley story.
What's
Yeah,
the
go
best
for
part?
it.
Zubin had a diabetic emergency.
That was Henry's.
Before
Oh
parlay
my
rounds.
god, so bad. I don't even know why Henry would say that.
So background
Okay.
for this is that
No, it doesn't
Okay.
even need to be said.
all right, whatever. If you know Zubin, you know that this is a really funny, hilarious story of Zubin doing something really.
No, I think the
stupid.
best Zubin debate story is when he went to a single-sex school on that topic.
Oh my.
Like the entire topic, he went to a single-sex school.
No, sometimes I went to his double genders.
Depends on what side he was on.
Yeah, depending on what side I was on. But then I learned that personal anecdote meant nothing. UOP is a.
It means
was
something
it a
when you
semis bid
call your
last
judge
year?
uncle.
Is UOP happening? Someone
UOP
to
was
remember
a
that.
finals bid. You went, dude. It's a semis bid this year.
It was a finals bid.
But I think it's on the November topic now.
Allostatic? What?
Are we talking too close to the microphone?
Probably.
Yeah,
So
UOP is sems bid this year, which is interesting. Wait, it was sems
no,
bid last year.
I think it was Sems last year.
Prez was
Sems.
finals and is now sems.
Yeah,
Presentation is a
Sems.
bloodbath.
Oh,
That
you know
is
what?
one of the
UOP
hardest
was
tournaments.
finals 2 years ago.
Presentation's still. Oh, okay. It's gonna change.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is
yeah.
last year.
This is last year's.
schedule. It's
You
all
should
subject
go to
to
Apple
change.
Valley. It's like the most
Is
des-
that-
I
wait,
feel like it's,
November always has the worst topics though. Like I
it's
would
on the
debate
October
November.
topic. No,
it's
no,
No, it's not. It's on
not.
November.
They're all
It's
in
on
November.
November.
They're in November.
And it's also a pretty
That's
quick
interesting.
turnaround from the end of October
Yeah,
to the
no,
start
no.
of November.
I don't think we should debate November.
Dude, I'm doing it. We're not gonna debate January, February.
Oh, because you guys do
Yeah,
basketball.
we'll figure it
No,
out.
we
Which
can
means
debate
we can't do the
January.
triple crown.
We
Okay.
can debate like one tournament in
You
January.
have to know with Coach Down.
Here-
Look at his
here-
schedule. It doesn't
here's
matter.
the triple crown.
I did meet with Coach. I looked at the schedule. There weren't any games over ASU
It's
weekend.
irrelevant.
Here's the triple crown, okay? Because we want to do the triple
Oh,
crown,
yeah.
but we can't. The triple crown is Harvard, Penn, and Berkeley are all in the same weekend. Penn is smaller, but
So we're gonna
turn
delegate.
up the volume. Okay, just talk louder.
Oh,
Penn,
yeah.
Penn is
Penn is
smaller.
smaller, so that's the one we're gonna delegate Will and Alex to.
Yeah, because screw you
Won
guys.
Berkeley. We're picking up.
Yeah, but we went to Berkeley last year, so that's our
You
turn.
guys didn't even
Who
debate
was
Sems.
undefeated at Berkeley?
Don't even talk about that round.
You didn't even debate Sems.
Yeah, you didn't. You tried to murder the
I'm
other
pretty
team.
sure you're just scared at calling Will Heritage out of the
Okay, look.
Just flew
First
over.
off, Will didn't shave that entire tournament. He looked like a cuddly teddy bear.
Has
He
Will
was not
shaved his
scared.
entire life? He just
Like
has
one
white
or two
fuzz.
times maybe. It's just a white fuzz. It's just like, he looks like
True.
Winnie the Pooh after a little bit.
Winnie the Pooh's adorable. I'll just take that.
It is adorable. I'm just saying you're not scaring anybody.
Totally normal.
Alex Chin though, dude, that dude is intimidating.
I don't understand theory. Do you understand theory?
That's the okay. Greatest. Oh, we get the condo. We'll tell the story.
Yeah, I
Actually,
mean,
no, no,
They
it's
didn't
not-
even run a
it's gonna
condo
be-
show.
Yeah,
It was one of the worst
that
shells
was
ever.
a horrible shell. Alex's response to a theory shell that Max ran against them at the round robin was to the lay judge, I don't understand theory, so clearly it's unfair for them to run theory. Which seems dumb, but the lay judge voted for it, so.
Yeah, I mean it's
Yeah,
solid.
they ended up picking up at 2-1.
when your opponents are making the argument that you are doing something unfair, then just say they're doing something unfair. By saying that you're doing something unfair.
It's like running a counter
It's the
inter,
perfect
but
counter.
really poorly.
Yeah, well that's what Piney did.
Alex should go spread out the hey, the inter people shouldn't run theory.
I don't understand it.
I actually did that in a practice parlay round.
Oh my god.
It was really fun.
So okay. Yeah, November topics are always horrible. I hope they have a good November topic this year, because I would totally do like Alpha
November?
Valley.
Every
December
topic
was
except for
worse.
reparations and maybe carbon tax was bad. And
No,
carbon tax
Russia
wasn't
was
great.
totally good.
Russia was
I just,
totally
okay,
good.
yeah, I just didn't.
The only bad topics were the November topic. I didn't debate the December topic, so
December. What was the
it
December?
sounded
I had
like that.
no
There's the
idea.
standardized testing one.
Oh,
It's
Oh,
not
everyone
bad.
got. Oh, I heard
But I
that
didn't
a
debate
bunch
it,
of the
so-
judges were teachers, so they all had their own
oh
opinions
my
on standardized
God.
testing
Yeah,
before
'cause
the
all the judges
tournaments.
are teachers.
Yeah,
all the
well, all the
coaches
coaches are teachers. Yeah, so they
Yeah.
have their own opinions on standardized testing.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not a problem.
Yeah, no, nobody likes that.
Well, oh, March was Okinawa. That one seemed okay.
Okinawa was a good college. That's cool.
Yeah, dude, blood drives. Blood drives are important.
Only Marines can do blood
Only
drives.
Marines can do blood drives. It's uniqueness, dude. The inherency is
I
too
just
strong.
think this is blood drive.
Yeah, you overwhelm Link with inherency.
Yes.
I heard that in some policy round. I'm still not entirely sure what that means, but I heard it. And it sounded
It's kind of like a try or die thing. Like I think.
I get okay.
Like you don't get strong lean into the impact as long as like it's
As
not
long
happening
because
unless
it's so
you get
unique.
planned.
It's so unique with this.
Like the plane is the only possible way
Yeah.
to ever get the impact that you might as well like.
Honestly, no way to jack or button. It's like
Oh yeah, no, I could deck for you.
it's pretty bad.
Is anyone watching
This up, and this up,
outside of Will?
and then not that up. Jake, talk. Is Jake loud?
Yo, what's up?
Yeah, Jake's gonna be fine volume. We'll just pick Matt and my mics up. Jesus. Also, do you guys love this infinite window? Look at this.
You're gonna kill your computer.
Yeah, that's dumb.
Yeah, it's probably not loving it. Okay, so yeah, that's
November.
honestly.
December, you have Alta.
I would
which
just.
is
I really want to
missions
judge a bunch of novice tournaments. I wanted to auto call,
SF State.
but it's so late in the year. I want to judge at like Harker.
But then you have to lose. which,
Why?
you know, maybe it'll happen.
No, shut up. Maybe if I give away topicality, like in 3 different ways.
Yeah, maybe if you just concede that your case is a
Maybe you
plan
try to
and
fiat the pro
crossfire with
ballot.
Sam.
Look, if you look to our 5-point plan, you mean it's a plan? I mean our 5 advocacies.
Dude, in our poly round at TSC,
No,
his
they
name?
asked if
Casper
our
asked-
plans are conditional, and then Jake said no, they're not, and then they said, well, they can see that they're plans, so you should drop them. It was great.
That's so good. You can't respond to both at once.
I was like, no, it's like that's what like lawyers do and shit, right? They're like, so when you killed your mother, like, what did you? And then people are like, well, no, I didn't actually use a broom.
Yeah.
Like, oh, but you can see you killed your mother.
Yeah, exactly.
Doesn't really work in debate, but who
No.
knows?
I mean, people are not that stupid sometimes. Sometimes. I can get that stupid in some rounds.
Like when we play Secret Hitler.
Yes. Or when, we, what's it called? When I just zone out in semifinals of Berkeley. Totally tuned out their entire case. I was just flowing and I didn't pay any
That
attention.
explains that rebuttal.
Yeah, it really explains that rebuttal.
Alright, so December, Blake's a great tournament. It's on the January topic. I'm sure
it's
y'all know.
but it's
But
so
it's
hard
during
for New England to go
finals
to.
week.
Yeah, we can't go
I
to
know.
that.
It's so fun though because no one does any prep, so you just kind of go in and assert things and get ready for January.
Yeah,
It's
you
cool.
show up with
Whitman
Bashar
AL
Blue
does
blocks.
monumentally better than they do at any other tournament at Blake.
It's just their home field.
Yeah.
It's just like that's where they revel.
It's fascinating.
I don't know what Will's laughing at.
I think he's
January-
laughing at
just-
something
okay,
that we
which-
said like 10 seconds ago.
Yeah.
We tetherball in the forest and like a little ran around.
Okay, no one cares.
No. it's-
Okay, Will's being real productive.
January,
Yeah.
does January or February have the most bids? I think January is the most bids. Yeah. By far.
Jesus.
Yeah, January's got
122.
ton of
Oh my
bids.
god. Yeah, but they're all stacked up.
Yeah.
This is the problem, right?
But how else they couldn't not.
No, I get it, but like, I think September, October has the most bid potential.
If you would.
You can get the most
well,
bids
'cause
in
there's 2
September,
months.
October. Yeah. I mean,
But
basically.
January is ridiculous. Because if you include Blake as January, because it kind of is, it's the January topic. The January topic is one of the most important ones.
Yeah.
Like that's.
And the January
no,
topic
seriously,
has been
they're
pretty
counting
decent the
Blake
last
right
2
here.
years, right? What was it at Stanford?
So the January topic was Russia.
Oh, it
right?
was no, it was
it was
Peacekeepers.
Russia and then it was
And
Peacekeepers.
Peacekeepers.
Oh,
was a
yeah.
fun topic.
Peacekeepers was
so.
But the
fun.
problem was whoever won the Congo. just
Blake?
won.
Oh, just the comment. Yeah, well, because it was the only empiric, and it was just like, and then people
But
use
this
like,
was also in the crappy rounds we were debating when we were sophomores.
yeah,
we had no
didn't
idea
have-
what the good
we
teams
did beat
were.
Fairmont KP.
Yeah, they're good.
Like we hit them in our
That's true.
3-1 round.
But they didn't really come out as a really strong team until TSC. Like a lot of people were surprised when they did well
Yeah.
at TSC.
I mean, they had 5 bids at that.
They're
point.
really
Wait,
good.
are you serious?
Yeah, or
I-
4 bids at that.
I was
point.
not surprised. I knew they were going to do well.
But they have like major prep. Like their prep
Yeah,
is
dude.
insane.
And they had a war room.
Oh my god, their war room at TOC was just. We should
And
have
the
a
little
war room next
minions
year.
that are running around getting prep.
Honestly, you just teach them the flow, and that's all you need to do. You know. Alan's complaining that we don't like the January topic. Whatever.
Wait,
So-
we don't like what January?
We just said we liked it. Anyway,
I
but
like the January topic.
honestly, I would. Austin Kim is still. He's a senior next year.
He's destructive in Crossfire. I love it.
Yeah. I don't know.
He's just so sarcastic. It's amazing.
He's like Kyle Chong, but
He's the reincarnation of
Crossfire.
Kyle Chong. Maybe he'll screw over Max in finals.
Oh, that's such a sad thing. Kyle said,
Well,
"Don't strike me." Max and Keshav didn't hear it. They didn't hear it. But Kyle
Who
said, "Don't
knows?
strike
who
me."
knows?
but how can
It's
you?
funny.
If anyone was gonna joke about that just to like try and get on the panel at TSC as a joke, it would be Kyle Chong.
Well, yeah.
Like they had to see that coming.
The idea
I
is.
can't believe Kyle's
you-
a first year out judge TOC finals.
I know, and the idea is you judge it, and then you hope he hacks for you, right? Because even if he doesn't understand it, like you hope he thinks the argument is cool, like even if you're not winning it.
Yeah.
You will just, like-
we'll get to Condo there. There's a lot to
Yeah.
say there.
And that whole final round. So there's Millard North this weekend.
Yeah,
Look
the
at this Triple Crown. This should be an Octo's bid. I mean, it shouldn't be an Octo's bid.
But
Yeah.
it
Doesn't have
was
to
going to
sign.
be way cooler, yeah.
Oh,
Wait,
it'd be way
what was the
cooler.
quarter spit tournament that broke to 70?
there was a quarters bid tournament that broke to 70.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Because it was all 4-2s broke, and there were like 200 entries or something.
Don't put your hand in front of your face. Nobody can hear you.
I know, but I'm thinking. It was oh god, what was it? Hold on, let me look at this. Oh,
Yeah.
I can't read any of this
Too
without my
big.
glasses.
Yeah.
Oh, because they're all just knackballs.
Yeah. Oh, I hate. We should so go to
I'm
Nats.
not knackball. We can't debate February, so might as well spend it all prepping for March.
Yeah, and then I'll just steal it. That sounds great.
Oh, you know what? It might have been Princeton.
Really, Princeton.
Maybe.
I wanna. Honestly, I think it would be
Oh,
so
gracious.
cool to just like win a bunch of tournaments and just show up, to, like go to colleges and your application just say like, I won your tournament. Like now, give me acceptance.
Whoa.
I feel like that should be like the prize.
Because I'm
Like
it's
you can either
team-
take the bids or like guaranteed acceptance.
Well, that was at UOP. You know, Max and Keshav are likely to go to UOP because they have $5,000 like scholarships there.
To UOP.
To UOP, yeah. Sorry guys, that's the school that you're stuck with.
Oh god,
No.
the computer's so crazy.
No, Jake, just use the scroll bars because I'm team viewering in, so they don't need to be up there controlling it. But yeah, so
Wait, does that buzzing mean that we got comments?
no, it just means that like somebody's messaging us. Yeah, what tournament broke to 70 in quarters? That's
I gotta
insane.
find it.
Okay, we'll switch topics now. Hold on, Jake. Let me do one thing.
Okay.
You
So much,
can keep
so much
you
for
can keep looking
fighting.
for it.
This is a disclaimer while Jake thinks through this intense intense idea of tournament that
There you
breaks
go,
70 is that Jake spends all his time
On Tavern.
on Tap Room. He just like his
That's it.
weekend is just him like reading RFDs and the shit on Tap Room
Yeah.
I don't
like-
read RFDs. I just look at results.
and looks at results and figures out who's good
Okay.
and,
Let's see if
like
it's good.
looks at speaker award.
Here we go.
checks the
192
brackets.
entries for a quarters bid tournament at Princeton.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean they broke this.
Just-
Oh,
I'm
because they
pretty
wanted to,
sure
okay,
this is
so
it.
here.
Hold on.
No, here I can. I'll pull this up on the stream that way.
That's sick.
There you go.
Okay.
And then you might
Let's
just
see
want
if,
to
let's
zoom
see if
in
this is
certain
the one.
things.
Yeah, here we go. So this just trips. This, I guess, we can call partial quadrupes.
What?
Yeah, so here's
128 teams broke.
No, partial quadrupes, dude. It was
partial.
70.
Got it.
That would be insane.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a quarters bid tournament.
Jesus. Yeah. What's the lowest seed? Just find that.
So I saw there was 69. I think there might be a 70, but I'm not sure.
Jesus Christ, that's insane.
That is ridiculous.
But yeah, then we'll shift over.
Yeah,
to
no.
talking
So
about
it's
fantasy debate.
just a 69 seed. And Hunter College closed out this tournament. Or no, they didn't. Yeah, they did. Hunter closed it out.
Jesus.
is cool.
That's
Um,
crazy.
Yep.
Hunter College MP is not bad. We
And there
debated
were a
them.
lot of good teams too.
We debated them at TOC. They weren't bad.
Princeton.
We lost. I don't think we should have lost, but they weren't bad.
Like here's Hackley SF.
Oh, Bridgewater Warrington GK, Jake. That's Max's disciples.
Oh, Max's disciples.
They built-
Hackley SF, they're seniors, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because one of them's coaching at like NDF.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
the
Yeah,
girl.
the
is.
girl is coaching at
Oh,
NDF.
she's good.
She was good. She could use some warrants.
In the entire case, or rebuttal.
Well, okay,
Or
that round was
late
just
speeches.
really bad.
No. The Hackley case is just statistics, so it was funny.
Yeah.
They were
Okay.
really good debaters.
They're very good.
Oh, Jake.
As is JMM.
Where
This
is your-
This was the runoffs round, by the way, that we're talking about right
Yeah, and they're both very good teams. They were just good enough that they made the other team look idiotic. And it turned out both teams looked idiotic by the end of the round. Stupid.
now. I don't know if they
A more
looked
accurate
stupid or
assessment-
just conceded to terminal defense.
The more
Yeah,
accurate assessment
both.
was that neither team responded to any terminal defense.
Yeah,
So
it
you
was
could just probably give a double loss.
literally the only
because
thing
no
to
one
vote.
does anything.
The like only thing that was properly extended for JMM was we spend billions, they spend billion. That was the analysis given
Well,
as to why you should vote for them.
they also extended the terminal defense.
Well, yeah, no, of course, but that's not reasons to vote for them, Jake.
Well, it's reasons
Sure
not
it
to
is.
vote for
You-
the other
you can
team.
vote.
Yeah, but both teams extended terminal defense.
It was a mess of a round. To be
Where's
honest.
Jake? Where is your what's it called?
That's very helpful.
Your
Fantasy debate.
thing.
Oh! I made an entire different folder for it.
Is it in public forum? Or
No,
It's
no,
not. It's not even in debate.
it's not in
in
debate.
It's not in the drive.
It should be
Oh.
shared with you.
Fantasy.
Yeah.
Oh my
Fantasy
God.
16.
Yeah. So last year, we started up a fantasy debate league just for a couple tournaments. There were just a few of us. We didn't. I don't know if any of you guys play fantasy football, but we didn't do a full draft for the entire year. We just drafted at each tournament.
So it was like.
Is this
Draft
live
day.
on the?
Yeah,
Okay,
this is live.
sweet. So this is our scoring rubric right now. As it was, I think we just did 2 tournaments last year. But
yeah.
you get speakers, a team, and then schools as well. So if you play fantasy football, you could think of your team as like your running backs. That's where your points are going to come from.
Yeah.
Your speakers are like your receivers, and your school is like your defense or your quarterback.
Yeah, it's really
school is more like quarterback.
School's more
Why
like...
would you play with the defense or kickers, man?
But yeah, so
3 kickers.
Thanks, Taco.
You gotta make sure, and you gotta take your mid-round picks early so they don't get taken.
We should get fantasy football advice too. Who are you guys gonna draft in the first round?
Wait, are you asking the people on our stream? Because that was really dumb.
Shut up.
No,
It was like a
comment.
Yeah, it was like
That's
kind of like a rhetorical question. Because like
I don't know what to do in the first round.
Exactly.
Will, are there any questions that people are asking? Okay, that's
but like
is anyone even watching?
That's good. That's
Will's
decent.
watching.
Yeah, Will's watching.
Will's not even watching.
Here, we can pull it up. But yeah, so this is like our scoring breakdown. I don't know what you give points for a TOC bid. Like, it's not special.
It is kind of special.
It's not.
It
Really
indicates
special.
the level of competition at which they think there's a break between really good teams and kind of good teams.
Yeah.
I guess so. Okay, wait. This is.
Wait, are we now watching?
Why would you watch?
No. I'm gonna go to the control room, guys.
What the hell?
Jeez, don't.
You're gonna break your computer.
I know it's just gonna shut.
Connection is bad.
I know. Why is the connection
Stream's not
bad?
as bad. YouTube is not reading enough video.
Live control room. Oh, whatever. View on watch page.
No,
We're
let's
just
not
gonna
watch
it.
ourselves.
No. We're not gonna watch ourselves. I just want to see the chat. Fix the audio a little. There's hella static. Turn up the mic. UOP was. Oh, are these all old?
Yeah,
Okay.
these are all different ones.
Man, there are only 6 people watching. That's so sad.
6 people. That's 5 people outside of Will. Oh, and 4 people.
There were
0 also
21 watching last time.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
That's pretty
we had a
cool.
lot more last time. Anyway,
It's 'cause-
I guess you guys just bring the show down. They're like Chris Moore.
It's Sunday morning.
Probably.
I know. I'm just sticking around.
Well, there's no football. What else are people doing on a Sunday
Exactly.
morning?
That's true. Like sleeping.
The basketball game.
God, seriously.
Oh, also everybody
What
on the East
basketball
Coast.
game?
I feel like-
Is
okay,
this
I
the
feel like-
Raptors
okay,
game?
okay.
I wanna
I
watch
feel like
that.
it's a good idea. I feel like on Reddit we should like get these like get some like rules that we can change them and like have like a Reddit-wide fantasy debate.
Well,
like,
there's literally a
there's
Reddit
a thread on it. I've seen
like
it.
reddit.com/r/fantasy debate. Like this exists. Like you/thank the major created this.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
But
What is that sound?
Oh, it's from the speaker. I'll just go here and mute it.
We should do.
That's us talking.
Yeah. So
Huh.
yeah, see, look,
Huh.
there's a bunch of stuff. There's actually like this got a lot of. It's old. Like everything is 6 months ago. But okay,
We should do like a tournament by tournament like.
No.
sort of way, like-
No. That's not what you want to do. You want to do an entire season.
That would
Because
be
that's the interesting thing.
Well,
It'd be hard though because
you'd have to like drop teams that are really good, which would be weird.
Yeah,
like the
'cause,
waiver wire would be a mess.
Well, that's the whole point, though.
Would you have like bench slots or no?
Yeah, you should have bench slots,
Oh, that's smart.
right?
So they just, like,
Because
come
then
in with
if
a lot of
you have like
buys
a
and
tournament,
stuff.
yeah, exactly, and then you just do like weekly points.
And then you just total up the points for the entire year.
Ooh, do you total up the points for the entire year, or
Yeah,
do you
it would
go
be
up against
so
matchups?
hard to do matchups.
Because matchups would be interesting though. Like
By-
you could
by
do
month by
matchups,
month.
and then you could have to like
Well,
you have to like
no, matchups would make it bad because then there's really not much of an incentive to overturn your lineup if you're playing someone good. Like you might as well just concede the loss and not drop any of your good
That's
teams.
fair. That's fair. I mean, so yeah, and then
At
like
least something to drink.
you do say that it's like unfair for that some teams go to more tournaments than others, but
Yeah.
you just factor that in. You
Like
know?
you have no idea what's going to happen. Like for instance, St. Francis might not have health insurance and then totally screw you. Like that would
That
be one
is
of my top picks
so
last year.
crazy. But yeah, like Oakwood FO will go to every tournament, so you can pick them early. Like they might not win a bunch of tournaments.
But no, but they're good.
They're good, but they might not. Even if they don't win,
Yeah,
they're going to go to
they'll
more
get you
tournaments.
points. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Right, and then like, and then there are other teams that will just go to, like a lot of the East Coast teams get so many more tournaments in than we do. Like we went to 4 tournaments this year,
Yeah.
5 tournaments.
Yeah.
You know,
well,
we went to 4.
Yeah.
tournaments.
Oh shit.
Will went to a lot of tournaments and just sucked at all of them.
Why did it have an house?
Oh yeah, Griffin went to a bunch of tournaments too. Because Griffin went to 2 more than I did, I think.
Oh really?
1 more than I did. Because Golden Desert and no, just Arizona, not Golden
Yeah.
Desert. Did you guys go to Golden Desert?
No.
Who went to Golden Desert?
Chris and Will.
Oh, Chris.
Oh, that was the judge who thought that methane didn't have carbon in it.
Oh my god.
Dude,
That's so sad. It's CH4.
But what could the C could stand for coal, or for all the
And
other elements?
As we all know, coal does not have carbon in it, man.
That was the joke.
Okay.
Oh, that was a good joke. I didn't get it.
Yeah. So
Nobody ever appreciated
Yeah, you guys all hate it.
they either
Matt has
go
a
over our heads or just
sophisticated form of
under our
humor, yeah.
heads. I think they go under our heads.
That one went over my head.
And that's a lot of stuff goes over.
What
your head,
happens is
Jake.
that, haha, funny. That was a short joke.
It's on 2 levels. It's
What-
a stupid and
Yeah,
a short
no, I know.
joke.
But I think I heard that
He's
joke and I
stupid.
was just expecting that Matt was naming words that started with C. So I was like, there's no way there's a funny joke here. So I didn't even think about what if Cole
I'm
could
hilarious,
have
guys. You guys really do appreciate me. I feel like this happens in the debate rounds too. Like I make something a funny joke.
Oh,
in
no,
Crossfire,
definitely
no
not.
one, no one
I
laughs.
don't think your
Definitely.
jokes
Every
on
time.
Crossfire are very funny.
No. The only funny crossfire you've had was maybe the one with Pineview BS.
Which one was Pine?
I don't in Bronx. I just remember laughing through Crossfire. But in
That's
Grand
because
Cross.
the kid. I was about to agree. He was like about
Oh
to say
yeah,
it
you
sounded-
do agree that this is. Like,
And I was about to say yes because it sounded too original, and you added something like totally ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then it was like, and that we win at the end, and I was like, yeah, no.
And he's like, you were gonna say yes. It's like, not if you said that.
Yeah.
That was funny.
He's like, well, why were you gonna agree? Well, I thought you were gonna say something reasonable.
In our like quarters round at Berkeley, the guy got really mad when I made a joke because I was like, because he was talking about how like the EU is implementing some carbon tax, right?
Mhm.
And I'm like, so is the EU like the US at all? And he's like, Germany's like the US. And I'm like, Germany doesn't have an agrarian sector. He's like, France does. I'm like, you can't just take all these countries and smush them together and make the US.
Well, that's what the U.S. does. They take a bunch of states and smush them
Yeah.
together and turn them into the U.S.
Well, no, they took the US and then they split them up into states.
No, they were originally states.
You took the states.
Okay,
and then you
that's
smushed
true.
them
That's
together.
true.
You're taking
fair,
like
that's
the
true.
U.S.
That's
or
true.
you're not.
taking U.S. history.
Yeah,
You're
that's
in our
true.
history class.
That's true.
Yeah, but Zubin's getting a B minus. So.
No, that's just my math class.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
That's just because he checked the wrong
Linear
blog.
algebra, dude. All right.
Japanese is a little more solid for me.
All right. Should we talk
Okay,
about Kondo?
Yeah, let's. Okay, Matt wants to talk about.
You want to
Kondo.
pull up
Yeah,
the
we
file?
wasted
Can you
45
pull up the
minutes
flow?
not talking about Kondo.
Exactly. Okay. I guess first, before we go to like the flow, like finals or whatever.
This is finals at TOC we're talking about.
Yeah, or UOP, dude. We should call that.
Oh my
Oh, yeah.
god.
But okay, so like a brief or like conditionality because there's been a lot of confusion about it and what it is and theory. Oh my god. But basically in policy debate, right? The negative used to be able to, so the affirmative would offer a plan, and eventually the negative would say, okay, we should be able to offer a counter plan. So the negative would go offer a counter plan, and normally that was pretty standard. They would each offer one, and they would be competing. But then what conditionality happened was when the negative offered a counter plan and attacked the affirmative on inherency and topicality, and also, did impact defense and all these
On
other.
all-
So the
the
problem
flows.
is when you have two statements and you have to have one thing and then say, well, if this isn't true, then do the other thing.
The
But
if
both
then.
of your responses can't be true at the same
So
time.
like for example, if the resolution was like, we should, I don't know, build infrastructure because that's something. Yeah. If the affirmative was like infrastructure is like a really big problem and we need to build infrastructure, then the negative could say, and here's like our plan for building infrastructure. It's like building highways. The negative could say, A, infrastructure is not a problem, but B, even if that's not true, we should build bridges instead.
Yeah.
And then the affirmative would argue that's problematic because it's so hard, so many pathways for the ballot, right? Because there's an even if statement.
And
they
the
can win
problem is
either
that
of those.
if the aft turns one of those things, then
It
they
goes
can be
away.
like, well, guess what? I don't believe that anymore.
And
So
so
in
there's-
policy debate, the way that you do that is kicking out, which is basically refuting your own argument.
To an extent, it's
Yeah.
like we no longer
Well,
advocate
no,
for
Yeah.
no. That's
No,
how you do
so
it in PF.
that-
In
Well, okay,
policy,
okay, that's fair, that's
you
fair.
legitimately
You
have,
do
to
have to refute it, yes.
your own argument.
So,
but in
yeah.
PF, people are just like, oh, I'm not advocating for that anymore.
Yeah,
And it
exactly.
goes away off the
You,
floor.
and it's even worse because you don't explicitly say it. You just don't say it in your final focus.
Yeah.
And then all the turns just go away.
They just disappear.
Yeah, so like,
You
in
see,
a
like,
public
when-
forum. So, like in policy, for example, it's rare that the affirmative ever has multiple plans. That's just kind of unheard of, and negative would probably run, conditionality bad. But in public forum debate, right, in a topic like the TOC topic or a topic like reparations, the affirmative does have to have advocacies to an extent. Like there are cases that don't have advocacies, but a lot of cases do. So the affirmative often does have multiple advocacies, and if the affirmative treats them like plans, where they're like, these are things that happen when you vote for affirmative through fiat, then it's problematic if the negative says, okay, well, your third plan or third advocacy is really bad for like these 7 reasons, and the affirmative says, okay, you're right, that's bad.
That's
We'll
bad.
go for
We
the other
just
2.
won't do it.
And this happens in all sorts of rounds. Like our round 1 at the TSC, we were debating Pineview, and they had, I guess they were AF, and they had 2 advocacies. And so we read the Chernovsky card, if you guys know what that is, in response to one of their advocacies. And at the end of the debate, they were like, oh, well, we don't advocate for that anymore, so Chernovsky doesn't apply, right?
Because they never
And so-
responded to it.
And they
so.
never responded to Chernovsky, but they were able to make Chernovsky disappear by stopping advocating for something.
Which is really
Which,
unfair.
we could have argued is unfair, but it was way too
But
late.
it was way too late.
But anyway,
Yeah.
so Max actually watched that round, which is probably has something to do with him running the conditionality show against Pineview in finals.
Watch that round.
Yes,
Um,
you did.
Yeah. So I mean, Pineview did have conditional advocacies. The finals flow gets really muddled.
Oh,
Especially
my
because
God.
it's not even clear that Pineview has
It's
conditional
not
advocacies.
clear, even though they were treating them.
the
but
only
Pineview
thing
didn't
the only thing
understand it.
the link into the shell is, will you extend everything in summary?
Which is
No,
very
sorry,
different.
not even extend.
Yeah.
Will you go for everything in summary?
Which is very different than having conditional advocacies.
Yeah.
Because you can drop something and still advocate for it. So, like, my response would have been in that crossfire, like, hey, yeah, we're not going to extend everything in summary, but if we drop a contention and you read turns to it, we're stuck to that advocacy. Whatever
Exactly,
we read in
yeah.
the first speech, we're still advocating for. So you
And
still have your turns.
And if you read a turn to something and like they drop the turn, and even if you drop the turn, it's conceded terminal defense on that argument.
Exactly.
It just doesn't matter anymore.
But Pineview never made that distinction, so it's basically assumed that they're running conditional advocacies,
Yeah.
even though it's never explicitly
So
argued.
the link into it is a little sketchy.
So yeah, the thing is, there's like 2 standards that Max extends, right? In rebuttal, the first is the predictability standard, which is like they get a
Yeah,
positive
right here.
time trade-off because we don't know which one of them they're going to go for in summary.
Yeah,
That-
it's the strat skew.
The strat skew one, right?
Yeah.
This is more about multiple advocacies because any time a team
Multiple,
has
yeah.
multiple advocacies, multiple contentions, multiple impacts, Max would say that's bad if you're the second speaking team because you can go for any of those things in summary, and I don't know what to extend turns on in
Yeah.
my
And it's-
summary, and
it's-
I don't know what to spend time on.
Especially because they're speaking first, right? This is why they pick side rather than speaking order. That's what they did in
Yeah.
finals too.
Yeah.
Right. So that they can read it. Because if you're second, then none of it matters.
Because
you-
you can
you hear their
respond
summary.
to their summary. Exactly. yeah.
Exactly.
But so in my opinion, the predictability standard is really non-unique because it applies to like anyone who runs multiple conventions.
Different kinds of multiple contentions. Because you can say like contention 1 is why theirs is bad. Contention 1 is why, or contention 2 is why ours is good.
Sure,
But
Yeah,
like,
but if you have multiple warrants or multiple
yeah,
impacts,
no
exactly,
one knows
yeah,
any of it.
exactly.
You're gonna say.
Yeah, yeah.
So like the response to predictability should just be it's really non-unique. The response, or so the other
and
the other
also
standard,
predictability doesn't have that big of an
the other
impact.
standard is I forget what the standard was. It was just what
It's
was
just condo's bad. It's bad that you're making my
what,
turns go away.
what was the other what was the name of the other standard? I don't even remember.
Oh, I don't know. I think I probably just wrote it as turns go away.
yeah,
You didn't flow this.
I didn't flow
I wish
very
I had
well.
my flow.
This looks
That's
like
okay.
my flow.
Okay.
I can't.
Yeah,
Jake,
no,
your flow.
I don't have my
Um,
glasses.
so no, the second standard was I feel like they labeled it fairness even though that was the impact.
No,
But,
fairness is the impact,
no, but
yeah.
I feel like
And they took
I
out
think they
education for
labeled
the
it
impact
fairness.
too.
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Explain it.
The point is the second
Explain it.
standard was that if people extend turns, right, you can kick out of it, and that's really unfair. It's bad.
It's
It
no
gives-
risk offense.
It gives it, exactly. So that is pretty unique to conditional advocacies, right? Because if
Yeah.
someone reads a turn in your first convention and it's not an advocacy, then you can't just stop advocating for economic benefits of infrastructure, for example.
Yeah.
So that is really specific. I guess part of the problem becomes that in later speeches, Max and Ketchov seem to
They-
condense on
Uh,
extending the standard for predictability.
they
Well,
extend
that's because the Pineview never responds to predictability throughout the debate. Pineview does a
Yeah.
half decent job responding to
No,
the
they don't.
second
They-
standard.
look-
They do because they say it's non-unique, and K-Shop basically concedes.
No,
it
no,
in
no, no, no,
Crossfire.
no. That's the opposite. That's non-unique. They're saying predictability is
No,
non-unique.
No.
They don't understand what
No,
they're
no,
saying.
no. They're saying that you also have conditional advocacies,
Because
and
one is
K-Shop's
building
like,
new
oh, I guess I
transportation
do.
infrastructure,
I-
one
I-
is fixing old
They
transportation.
didn't ever address predictability. They never understood predictability throughout the debate.
Their response to
only
predictability
yeah.
was twofold. It was one, the New York Times says that there's a trend happening right now, and two, our arguments are in the brief.
So-
When the predictability standard is in-round predictability, not out-of-round predictability.
Yeah.
It's not
Those
like
responses don't make sense.
yeah, it's not like how do I prep you out. It is how do I know what to say in my speech so that we have a coherent debate, so that we don't
No,
just talk
but-
past each other.
But what I'm saying is that Max and Geshov condense on the predictability standard, which Pineview is arguing they link into themselves, even though Pineview doesn't really understand it at all.
No,
Pineview
Pineview
does
never
say
says
the
that.
words. Pineview does say the words. They link into it themselves.
No. They
But
link.
when they say that, they're
Pine-
talking about the
Yeah,
conditional
Pineview says
advocacy.
they link into the
They're
shell.
talking
They're
about it
talking
in
No,
the
they
context of
have
their
no
terms.
idea what they're talking about. They're just asserting things.
Okay, well,
Okay,
no,
At which point you
okay,
still have to,
okay.
at which point you still have to evaluate them, right? And like Max and Geshov basically concede in Grand Cross that they link into the predictability
Well,
standard.
No,
Keshav does.
no.
Keshav does.
they link into the what's it called? The conditional advocacies, not predictability. In no way.
Wait, no, that predictive. You guys are confused.
No.
No,
Conditional
I get what
advocacy
you're
is
saying,
the
I get what you're saying.
interpretation. There are two standards.
Yes, whatever
They
we're
only
calling
extend
the first
one
standard.
standard. The second standard could have won them the debate
No,
because
Keshav
they don't
extends
link
both
into.
standards. He does.
In Final Focus, they only go for the predictability standard,
You're right.
and I
he
don't
does.
think Keshav extends the second standard.
I mean, Matt tries to go, or sorry, not Matt. Max tries to go for the other ones, but
I don't
like,
know why he even came back to Case. He should have just spent 2 minutes on the shelf.
No, he
He was
shouldn't
getting
have.
smashed on Case.
I
There was
mean,
no
they
way
were,
he was
but
gonna
like,
win that.
okay, first off, they shouldn't have read it in the first place because they could
No,
have
I
won.
think this is good.
No, not with that panel.
I think
Not with the panel.
strategically it was a bad decision. I'm very happy that they read it
Oh,
because
yeah.
conditional advocacies are a serious problem in PF. Everybody does it.
Yeah.
And they do it unintentionally. They just drop things and judges won't vote for turns off of those
Yeah.
things. And this needs to be changed because it's kind of ridiculous.
So this is what I have. Like I commented on this while Max was speaking because I was. So if you can see this comment, right? Like while this is extended in Final Focus, it is not in summary nor is a strat skew argument because he says like we don't know that they were going to kick whatever subpoint
They didn't
B.
know you were gonna kick contention one.
Yeah, I know, but
yeah, but
they
Case
extend
totally
one
screws
card
up
from contention
because
one.
contention one shouldn't be an independent contention. Like it's
Okay.
the same advocacy.
It is also the best thing that like is said in the entire round, in my opinion, in this argument is what like Show. I don't know his first name, but Show says in
That is
Grand
his
Cross.
first name.
Okay. What he says in Grand Cross, which is just literally like his case was like we extended our first contention, and shows like you extended one blippy card from your first contention. I could do that. That just doesn't help anybody. Like I could just randomly extend things with no warrants. It doesn't
Yeah.
mean anything. That means I'm going for everything. But
Yeah.
what the hell does that do for you?
I think the problem with this round is that Max is right. He just doesn't. Max and Keshav don't.
I don't
handle
think
this
they're
as well
right.
as they could have.
'Cause-
I think they are right.
Yeah.
I
no,
think-
'cause I
agree.
don't think
I agree.
Pineviews
I think-
advocacies are conditional.
Well,
I think this shell is
The- the
not
other-
a conditional
the other
advocacy
interesting
shell.
thing-
This shell is a multiple advocacy shell.
But-
and it's saying that you shouldn't be able to run multiple advocacies
some of that-
because A, it gives you the possibility of just extending one, which means we can't predict it, and B, it gives you the possibility of kicking out of one, except it's not
Honestly,
kicking out,
the
it's just making
I'm
easiest-
not
it
sure what
go away.
multiple advocacies is though, because you can't like really define that. Like, if say it's
It's
a plan,
different
no,
solutions.
say it's a plan and policy, you could just be like, oh, our plan is to do this and this and this and this. It's one plan.
Yeah, that's why they have like and
Yeah,
theory
but-
in policy.
yeah,
Like you
you
can't
wouldn't
say
be able to
and in
say
your
and.
plan. Like you can't
Fair
do
enough.
multiple things.
Fair enough. But they read the interpretation. I'm just talking about like in terms of this round, right?
Okay,
They
okay.
read the interpretation as conditional advocacy is bad.
Multiple conditional.
Multiple condition.
It's
you couldn't
more
have-
specific.
You couldn't have one
One
conditional
conditional
advocacy.
advocacy
If you
would
drop
be
your
really-
conditional
That's
advocacy,
true.
you
That's
lose.
true.
So that's kind of stupid. No, so they,
win off of turns.
they read like the interp is condo bad. They have two standards, right?
Yep.
They only extend the predictability standard. Pineview has no idea what they're talking about, but at a certain point they assert that they link into their own standard, which means you have to evaluate that, and they never refute the
Yeah,
fact that they do
no,
link
no,
into their own
it's
standard.
true.
Max doesn't final focus.
He does.
But he doesn't say why. He just says no, we don't. But then he doesn't explain
No,
why.
they don't.
Definitely
They
explains.
don't.
They do
They-
link into their own standard.
No, they don't. They don't.
No,
link
they
to
do.
that
They
Their
do.
two contentions aren't
They-
multiple
like
contentions.
in reality, they don't.
In reality, they don't. But in
They
the
concede
round,
that they
in the
do.
round, they
In
do.
the round, they
Because
do,
in the
yes.
round, they treat them. They treat two conventions as two separate advocacies.
Yeah.
And Pineview actually reads like 3 turns to the first convention.
Yeah.
Max reads 0 turns to subpoint B, which is the only one they draw.
The only turn that he reads, because when I was talking to Keisha about this, he was complaining about this. They read this stupid, like, I guess, Sharky, which was like the overview. And apparently that refuted subpoint B. Like, sure, that refutes subpoint B, but it's not explicitly on that place in the flow. Like, you read it as an overview
Yeah,
turn.
that's not a turn at subpoint
But-
B. Especially because if they drop subpoint B, you can still read
No,
that as a
especially because you get the Sharky offense
Regardless,
from other places
yeah,
on the flow, so it
exactly.
doesn't go away.
And if they drop all their advocacies, then you shouldn't complain. You should just win.
You
Which
should
is
win,
another
exactly.
problem with when teams run conditional advocacies is it makes teams more likely to run overviews because if you read a turn to a specific place in the flow and they have a conditional
Yeah,
accuracy,
exactly.
even if your turn applies elsewhere, it
Yeah.
all of a sudden
See,
goes away. So
reading
we should have
overviews is
read
just
stuff
more
as
confusing.
overviews instead of on the flow, which
Yeah.
just makes the debate kind of a mess.
Yeah, I hate.
In
So like,
I
I want
love
to read.
overviews.
Yeah, I want to read something.
Yeah,
like,
we know.
Yeah, Zealand reads way too many overviews. But yeah, no,
They're good.
it's
They're
fine. 'Cause,
general
like,
turns.
if
And
if we had read Pronovsky as an overview
Yeah,
in
we
the Pine View
could have
round,
won that round.
we probably could have won. They probably would have won that round. But we read it as
As
a turn
a-
to convention 1,
Right.
and then they just dropped convention 1, and we can't read that as offense in late speeches. I mean, we can try, but
It didn't work so well.
Yeah. I mean, so there's that. There's also the fact that like Pineview has a very good, very very good policy and LD support base. So there is a very high chance that they knew some form of theory was going to be running around.
Yeah, but
Because
they did not.
they
know
had no
any of
idea what
this.
the theory was.
My premise is that they could have just faked their confusion. Like Alex
I-
going up there and saying, "I have no
But
idea."
Alex
what
actually
this
just
is."
hit
Alex
the-
actually didn't
I
know,
would
but
be-
it's a
I
decent
would
strategy.
be very impressed if they faked this not understanding because
That's
true.
they
Also-
would have had to purposely give responses that weren't relevant.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
they would.
That's
there's
a
no way.
hard thing to do.
There's no way. I don't believe it.
Yeah,
Are
they
we
would have.
back on us?
Yeah, we're back. Well, we're always in the corner.
Oh, that's
In
cool.
this shot, we're always like in the corner.
That's pretty
But yeah, so that's I think they could have totally just faked not understanding it to just pull like essentially Kyle away from instead of hacking for Mexication, just like I've never heard this argument before. What do I do?
Yeah, they did do a good job throwing a bunch of stuff at it.
Yeah.
And seeing what sticks.
Yeah.
And some of it stuck. I was
I-
surprised.
some of
but
I hate the fact that judges voted on theory should not be in public forum debate though.
Okay, I
Because
mean,
if you're like looking at the flow, right? They did it as like a diss out to the theory shell.
This is
and then
what you-
Nax, that's the only part that like Nax and Keshav clearly win because they extend,
they
a turd on that.
they
But the
extend that
point
piece
is-
more important.
Yeah.
the point is at that point the argument isn't like a flow argument. It is just like you just shouldn't think about this, Bob Sure. Like it is talking to him
But
Yeah.
because he was there in the like separation from policy, right?
I agree, Zubin. But I think that the way people should judge rounds is based on the flow.
No, absolutely. It just depends on your frame of view,
That's true.
right?
But I think the least interventionist way to judge the round. Is
Yeah, probably.
Still maybe voting con.
And so this is the thing that we
Yeah,
have to,
I agree, but
you have to
I would
figure
have
out
intervened and voted pro if I were on the panel.
you have to figure out your intervention strategy. You know, like that's why Kyle as a first year out judge is so hard because you don't know how he will intervene. Like if we have certain judges, like I know if it's a muddled debate how Megan West would intervene, or I know how like other judges would intervene.
Yeah.
Right? Because they would
Kyle,
think
you have no idea. Yeah.
exactly because he's first year out, so it's really hard. Like Bob Sure, you can make. I haven't read his.
And we all know exactly how Doug Miller's going to vote. which is
Exactly. Yeah.
The argument that could have won the round if it were done perfectly. He will vote for that one.
I mean,
And he's always going to squirrel.
yeah.
He did at the tournament.
He voted for
I
us.
love Doug Miller. I enjoyed hearing all of his decisions at the TSC that I listened to. I thought they were beautiful decisions. They were interventionists. but
Did
they
he
were beautiful
squirrel
decisions.
in the Whitman decision?
Well,
He
yeah,
did
the
squirrel.
women decision I think was
That was a
interesting.
hard round to adjudicate.
It really was because if polyprep extends like in Final Focus or whatever the volatility connection as it's explained in case, then like they're
Then-
clearly winning it because Whitman's pretty non-responsive,
Yeah,
but they don't really do that.
They don't extend really any impacts, and
and that's the big
it
problem.
was
Well,
hard to evaluate that. The clearest impacts were on the side of Whitman. They just happened to be really small.
the
impacts.
biggest problem was both teams impacted to alleviating income inequality.
Which is sort of the debate.
Like-
even.
No, it's great. It's resolutional, but that was their impact. It was we alleviate income inequality.
That
there
would be
was-
the
Oh
impact.
yeah,
of
like
it.
as a binary. No,
As
it's like
it was
as
just
a
a
binary.
bind. Like there was
It's not
no.
like how much do you do it.
Oh,
Women
yeah.
was like, oh, we alleviating. Pineview could have, or Polyprep could have won that round. I agree, Zubin, if they had extended their impacts from case.
Yeah,
But-
they're like you can't get a job. Like you need some way to in the 3 months that you're going to be in transition between jobs. You need to do something, otherwise you won't transition jobs. Like that is a very like
I think
that is the
Polyprep-
second warrant
I think
extended with
Polyprep could
volatility.
have won that round if they never responded to women's case in late speeches and just read stuff on their case.
That was the summary was a little in that round. Eaton Ezra looked a little tired.
I was impressed by both summaries, especially
Okay.
women's summary. That was just so good.
It always
summary.
does so well. That summary does so much. Also, Sam was writing on the flow, and in like a 0.7 millimeter pen was writing the smallest thing I've ever seen. And maybe my eyes are just bad. When I looked at it slow, it just looked like a block of red. Just on the first condenser. Or on the foot. Just a block of red. And I just couldn't see letters. It just looked like a solid block of red.
That's impressive.
Maybe you
Yeah,
can just
I
write
still think
dots.
if they got like a sponsorship with a pen company.
Oh my god. Everybody would
Everyone
buy
would
the
buy
pen.
pens,
Yeah, it'd be brilliant.
I'm comfortable with my pen, and I would buy the pen.
In case not everyone already has G2s.
Yeah, I mean, almost everyone does. It's Coletto Lumios, guys.
Colettos are very nice.
Dude, we should get a Coletto sponsorship. I doubt they would.
Oh my
we should
god,
try.
we should totally get a
Just
Coletto
email them,
sponsor.
Zubin.
Yeah, email like the biggest pen manufacturing company in the world.
I don't.
Is it Coletto?
No, it's Uniball.
Bic or something, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know if they're the biggest, but they're probably somewhere
They're
up there.
quite big.
They have all
Okay.
those different pens.
We should just get a nut bar sponsorship like Pine View.
I wonder if it had pine nuts in it.
Oh, that's funny.
That's so great. I can't believe. Like, I just don't fathom getting sponsored for debate. It's just super cool. I didn't think that was an option.
I didn't.
Well, I think Pineview's a public school, so they need money for the program.
I mean, we should get sponsored because I don't want to pay for all the plane tickets. Like that
Wow.
sucks.
Yeah, but
Like other schools don't pay for
really
like
well.
other schools pay for the plane tickets.
what schools do that?
I don't know, but I'm assuming other schools.
You're just
pay for
assuming
the
that
I'm
that's true.
assuming.
I think if you get a nut bar sponsorship, you can do that. But there's only one team that has a nut bar sponsorship.
Well, they're gone. Yeah, yeah.
What?
We can take their place.
I wonder if they got free nut bars.
That's actually a big perk.
Honestly, that's great. I always bring like candy bars and stuff because I don't eat breakfast before around.
Are you serious?
I can't eat before
I
my
guess I
first
just
round.
don't eat very much.
I'm too
breakfast.
nervous.
I just can't eat after we lose.
Get a paper sponsorship. They can just supply us with reams.
Just a ream of paper.
Just when
I
you
think
bring
Kevin's pretty good for
I
that
know. Oh my god, he has so much paper. That's Kevin's greatest quality.
Kevin's such a god.
Oh my god. And he's helping us next year. So excited. He helped us this year, so you know. Okay.
What else
that's-
is on the agenda?
You want to talk about one other thing, Jake? Because we did optimal. I mean, we sort of messed around on the bid list, right? But that was it.
scheduling. We're done with scheduling. I don't want to talk about scheduling anymore.
Yeah, scheduling is just sort of meh. We can go through one round, just like an old round.
Yeah, let's go through your round at UOP.
Oh my god, I'm fine with that actually.
No, it's really funny. I don't
So
think
the first time
that
anyone ran a condo
No.
shell that we know of was at UOP when Max Red won against Zubin. This is the same
Oh,
one,
wait, you know what?
basically verbatim that they ran in
We can
finals.
see the RFDs.
And Zubin and Griffin got smashed. They ran, I think, 13 conditional
It
advocacies
was
on the
really
reparations topic.
It was funny.
yeah. No,
It was about 3 times worse than Pineview's case, and they had no idea how to respond to it. It was the first time we'd ever heard a theory shell run in a debate round before.
and it was bad because I was
It was-
so surprised. Instead of grabbing a new sheet of paper, I grabbed a new sheet of paper, but it was under my flow, so I just flowed the one off in the middle of our case.
Well, that would be, it should direct your attention to respond to it.
Oh.
Shockingly, it didn't.
I only started to understand it in Final Focus. I was
Yeah,
like,
no, that's
now
what
I
Griffin
get
said
it.
too. Griffin said he understood it as soon as he sat down after his summary, which
like,
I think
oh,
is
I
it.
get it.
I think that's probably what happened at Pineview too. Is it takes a while to understand what's going on. You
Yeah,
have to,
it's tough to get
yeah,
if you don't.
especially because Max just flies through it.
10 minutes.
I know they gotta go slower on the theory show because
I mean, no. With our panel, it was the perfect thing because the judges are used to hearing it super fast.
But
And
not
they
with that
probably
panel
want-
in TOC.
They shouldn't have read it with that panel in TOC.
I don't know.
I would have.
No, I would not have read it because Kyle has never heard that argument in his life.
I would have struck Kyle.
I would have
Okay,
I would have
but
spent
not,
most of my probably 3 minutes of rebuttal reading it and explaining it,
no,
and then all of our late speeches
no.
just on the
Kyle
shell.
will still not vote for you.
No, I bet if we win the shell decisively and cast, and there's zero
You're
doubt
not
cast
going to
on
win
it,
the shell
Kyle will vote
decisively,
for
no
it.
matter what, because
Dude,
they're just going to
watch
say.
me. We could respond to every single one of their
Jake,
responses.
they're just going to
because
say that it
Pineview
doesn't
didn't
belong
make
in
a
public
good one.
forum.
And we can argue why it does.
The-
Kyle didn't vote on that.
I
Kyle
know,
voted
I
on
know
it.
he
I don't
did.
know how to evaluate Pineview's responses in terms of this case, which is kind of legitimate because
Yeah.
Pineview threw a lot of responses at it, and
Yeah.
it was kind of a mess. So that's kind of legit. But if you go through and spend all of your late speech time on that, just on the shell, which is like what we did on our ableism case when we ran it, and just go through every single one of the responses, you
That
can
case
give
is
yourself
so
clean
bad for
offense.
Griffin and I. We just
That
didn't know how to
ableism
run it.
piece?
We just didn't understand it.
I thought it was. I really
thought it was
enjoyed running
fun.
it.
We're really good at those economics cases
Yeah. No. I know.
because I love explaining economics.
The indigeneity of labor demands.
Oh my,
Oh,
labor
you go on a
supply,
whole-
Matt.
Dude, that just reminds me.
No,
of
I'm
Round
pretty
6
sure. Oh no, it
that I
was
wanted
labor
to-
supply.
Yeah, it's labor supply.
Oh, I kept saying labor demand.
Oh, come on, Jake. You can't read the indite badly. See, now we have a theory.
I didn't
for it.
read it. I
Okay,
just
you can't
gave
read it
an
that way.
indate.
You just say it, and then nobody understands it, but they know it's an indite. That's all you need to do.
Dude, no. Their response to the indite, my favorite response to the indite was, "Well, we're all high schoolers. None of us understand economics, so why don't we just ignore the indite?"
That was we tried to say that in our round against Kishore and in Berkeley our sophomore year. Like we were discussing economics,
GK.
and it just it devolved so quickly because it began with like me and the second speaker literally flinging textbooks at each other. The second cross. Like he's like,
literally
it's in this textbook, and I'm like, yeah, well, it's in this textbook too. From mine, it was so bad. It was
So funny.
yeah. Like he had his textbook on his desk, and he's like, look, it's in this textbook, and I brought a textbook out of my bag. Well, I have mine in this. Just like, oh my god.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Kishore was such a monster.
Oh my god.
He was
It's just
so
muddled
good.
flow, dude.
So good.
He's now at Georgetown.
Oh really?
Yeah.
There's a lot of debaters at Georgetown.
Well, they have a good debate program. Although their policy team is like, it's a lot of work.
Every
A
college
lot
is-
of
every
well,
college policy. is a
But
lot.
this is like a particularly high amount of
High
work
octane.
policy. Yeah, which is intense considering
Yeah.
policy is insane.
Yeah.
Oh look, Nueva MG. What? Who's Nueva MG?
Jake and
Oh yeah. Oh okay. Oh man. Yeah. See, look.
yeah.
Look. See, this is the assignment that got leaked.
No, my God.
I
Oh
can't
yeah, let's
believe.
talk about our leaks on Reddit.
I can't believe people
So,
leak their stuff on Reddit
For April, all of our prep was actually leaked twice. One of which was at States.
What?
No, it's twice.
Well, but like there were two separate.
Okay.
things.
Yes,
that's
yeah,
true.
you're right.
So at States, we had one leak from Alex Chin, who gave his stuff to a trusted novice who he knew at Stanford, who then
That
gave.
one wasn't really a leak because
It
No,
wasn't a leak.
I
That
mean,
was
like-
just we shared prep and it got out to the rest of the
through
team, and it
yeah,
spread.
exactly.
But that was just contained to that one team.
It was
we
probably
also had
like,
an unidentified leak.
our guess is that novice debated one of the varsity kids, wrecked him with our prep, and then the varsity kids are like, "You have to give us that stuff.
Yeah.
Tell us where it is
That's
now."
Zubin's arrogant. Dude.
Yeah.
Arrogant.
Well, I didn't write any of the prep, so it's not necessarily
Yeah,
against on my
That's
part.
true.
You didn't
That's
do
a-
any.
that
of it.
is a-
Neither did you, Jake.
That
Shut
is a
up.
good point. That's fair. That's
It's
fair.
arrogance format.
They did actually have my Obamacare stuff though.
Jake got 3 cards.
Anyways,
They were all from the White House saying Obamacare solves life. It was awesome. It was literally like no one's gonna die because now we have Obamacare. It was great.
that didn't say that. It just
Sick
said that more
PJs,
people
Jake.
enjoy-
Neeraj thinks you have good PJs.
Oh, nice. Oh yeah.
Pine G
the
doesn't have a
reminders.
policy base. Whatever. They have LD base.
Who is this?
No, we're not going to read RFDs because some judges don't like RFDs shared. No, someone.
Oh, someone said that. Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
But continue, Jake.
I can't remember what I was saying.
I actually
I'm
forgot.
sure
to.
it wasn't very important. Oh, the evidence leaks. Well, they
Oh,
got leaked
yeah.
at States, and then we saw we heard a bunch of teams reading our like cases verbatim at States, which is weird because we just went to kind of scout people out, and then we ended up scouting out our own stuff, which was like, not very helpful.
Honestly, I'm glad I didn't go to States because I would have just shown up like, man, these people ran some really cool stuff.
See what is no idea what our stuff is. But at TOC, so we had Zubin again.
So
It was on a flash drive, and he was sharing evidence with the team. And
so
on the flash
yeah.
drive was our evidence files and our block files. And so he gives it to the team. He's like, "Oh, just flash me your evidence." And then when he gets the flash drive back, all of our stuff has gone. Like they just deleted
And
it
then
off
it's
of
on-
our
it's
flash
on
drive
Reddit
and
the
put it on
next
their
day.
desktop, and
Yeah,
it's on
like
Reddit.
just literal drag and drop, which just moved the stuff off the flash.
And we have no idea who did it because it could have
Yeah.
been any of the 4 teams, so we won't make any accusations.
Because I didn't really check.
But
But
yeah,
Then
it was
first day,
pretty
just
funny.
boom, prep on it. And like, they might not have even like somebody could have mistaken that and thought like maybe my thing that said pro blocks was the evidence that I was giving them.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah,
like,
but then when they posted Nueva's prep
Come-
here
no,
on
no, no, no,
Reddit,
no,
I
no.
think they realized.
the best was when it said compiled from day one of TOC.
Yeah,
That's
they,
the
they,
best
They should have put
compiled.
stolen from Zubin's day one flash
Yeah,
drive.
yeah, seriously.
But just compiled
So
makes
yeah,
it seem
this
so
is how the
great.
team dynamic works. I do all the prep. Then Zubin like leaks it on the internet, and Will deletes the Google Drive folder.
Oh yeah, you see this? So all these are owned by like Will Kozad.
Will hasn't actually owned any of these. So the
Will has
reason
done
that these are
research on
owned
it,
by
yeah.
me and Will, even though me and Will don't do any of the work, is that Will deleted the Google Drive
Like,
on our plane ride to Kentucky.
Just the entire thing
So
disappeared.
he just deleted the whole thing. So when he re-uploaded it, everything was owned by him. And then for some reason, it made copies under my account. So like half the stuff is owned by me and Will.
But yeah.
But it's really funny because like 5 years from now, if someone's gonna like want to go back for like an infrastructure file, they're gonna wonder who the hell Will Kozad is, who like did all of our work. And
It's actually not that funny because we had to like go through and like fix all the
Oh
shit
my
like
god,
that,
it was
so-
horrible. And in TOC, like I was shared with only half the stuff. Like I'm like, oh, I'll just read this card.
It's like when Zubin deleted all the blocks and Jake had to upload them from his grandma's
Oh
house.
my god, yeah.
that's bad.
Right,
Honestly,
that was before
We have
what?
to like put you guys all view only and like on all this stuff.
Well,
So
we
it's
I
not
think,
like you're
I
gonna
think we
edit
did that
anyways.
one topic with Zubin just to see how long it would be before he noticed, and
We
then he
did.
never
We
noticed.
made him
Really?
view only on all the evidence for an entire topic and
Oh
he never
my
noticed.
God.
that
That's
was
really
amazing. It's not as amazing as the blocks that we were
Chris
last
is right
year at
outside.
TSC.
I can see him.
Chris.
Chris is here.
Why isn't he coming to the door? What's he doing? Chris, come in. Okay, but yeah, honestly, sometimes I do prep.
Mhm.
No, what are you
Sometimes.
talking about?
I did prep for reparations, late prep, like after.
What, like 13 overviews and a
Yeah.
racism case
Yeah.
Oh, so
that
good.
no one read.
And
Zu-
all
Zubin
the
does
blocks.
the so
My blocks
for
are so
amounts
good.
of prep used, Zubin probably does the most prep because none of his prep ever gets used. Whereas like Matt does the most prep and most of his stuff gets used. I don't think Zubin's ever written something that's been extended in a
Oh
round.
wait, Will, do you want to go open the door? Can you go open the door? Just get up, Will.
I got
Okay,
it,
Jake's
I got
got it. But yeah, honestly, some of my prep gets used. Sometimes
Mhm.
it got used for the
Okay.
food case. It got. That's,
Okay.
that's my claim to fame.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, we're basically done. We have nothing else to talk about. So,
Unless Zubin can keep claiming he does prep, which is cute, but
food.
okay, shut up.
Food
All right.
case.
Thanks for listening.